Shalom, Akim. Ariel coming back at you with another lesson. Yeah, I want to just get into this some health tips. You might call this a health tip video. I just tapped in what are the benefits of trampoline exercise, because I remember when I first started doing videos, brothers know I was into the health, and they said, why don't you just start doing, just getting into talking about, as you're into the health, talk about health and talk about herbs and stuff like that. And that is originally how I started to do my videos. This was around 2017, 18, around then. And I haven't done a health tip video for a long time, and it reminded me, I do talk about health quite a bit, but I haven't done a video, with a title like, I'm going to entitle this video, Don't Sleep on the Trampoline, something to that effect. So we're going to look at some of the bullet points. There's quite a bit on the benefits of trampolining. We're going to hit a couple of the bullet points, hit some precepts, and I'll be edifying. Because like, as you know, I do my hilangoli, my jogging, and I do my walks as well, and other little things. But I'm going to say, don't sleep on the trampoline, because there's so much about trampolining that is good for you, especially if you're on the road to recovering from any form of injury or anything like that. But there's other benefits too. Let's check them out. So it builds strength. Unlike targeted training, jumping requires the use of multiple muscles, right? So unlike targeted training, where you're targeting a particular muscle, or your thighs, whatever, your shoulders, your abs, what does it do? It requires the use of multiple muscles. So you're exercising a lot of muscles. You probably don't even know that you got multiple muscles. Improves bone densities. Yeah, again, if you had any kind of broken bone, and you've been on the sick bed, because a lot of people, when they're on the sick bed with a broken whatever leg, and what happens when you're on the sick bed, you might have your leg in a cast, as you may have seen or known of people. After a while, because you ain't doing any exercise, you're just lying in the bed with a cast, with your leg up in the air. That particular muscle in the bone grows weak, and the bone grows weak, the whole leg grows weak. Now when they say exercise, right, this is the most less impact exercise you can do. So therefore you're gonna improve or build those weaknesses back, without any kind of stress or let's carry on reading, because it's going to explain it. All right, improves bone density, betters your balance, good for your heart, relieves stress. It's actually a stress relief to be on the trampoline, and I'll just give it a little visual there. And talking about those, those ones what you see in the circus, but even some of them, I don't know if they have them in gyms now. I don't know. I haven't been to a gym for years, but doctors and all forms of science backs all this up. What I'm saying, as we're going to carry on to read, it says, does trampolining burn belly fat? One of the biggest complaints that people have, even people that go to the gym, and even when you look at reviews, a lot of people say they no matter what they've been doing, they can't get rid of the belly fat. But what does it do? Yes, in fact, jumping on a trampoline burns fat all over the body, not just in the belly, right? Spotted fat reductions is impossible. Not just in the belly, spot fat reduction is impossible. But trampolining exercise is among one of the most efficient and low impact forms of exercise. Yeah, low impact, right? Because running, we know, and even walking, there's an impact that goes on your joints, especially if you're on the road to recovery from something. But the reason why they recommend the trampoline is because there's more or less no impact at all, and you're still getting a good workout. Let's carry on reading. And is capable of expanding quite a number of calories within a relatively short span of time. Right? I'm going to let it explain it. It explains it. I'm going to try and let it explain it. There's more. I just tapped in how good is it. This one here. The bottom line, trampoline jumping can be an effective way to boost your physical fitness, and it may be an extended break from your regular exercise routine. These low impact, that's the key word there, if you want to avoid impact, because I like to go out and I like to do my jogging. That's the main reason, is because I like to be out and about every now and then. But I prefer the trampoline because you get more out of it with less impact. Get a better workout with less impact. But for those of us that like to be out, I do, especially when the weather's nice, doing my running or my walking, because you want that fresh air, and that scenery, that greenery, get away from the indoors and all the television and the internet, the radiation. Fresh air is good for that, but you can't beat the trampolining as far as getting a real good workout in and less impact, a low impact. Exercise can build strength, improve heart health, and improve stability. Right, gives you that balance as well, and you feel it. You do feel it, man. After you just been on it, I do my little 20 minutes or sometimes 30 minutes on it. You don't have to go. You can even do 5 or 10 minutes. If, like I say, if you're on your way to recovering from something, it's recommended. The doctors, them, and the nurses, they know. They recommend it. So that's the answer there. And a couple more things. I just tapped in Google. A little bit more. Like I said, just going to hit some of the bullet points. What are the benefits of trampolining? Exercise has many important health benefits as follows. Stimulates your metabolism, increases oxygen capacity, improves your sense of balance. If you have them kind of issues with blood circulation, it improves that as it goes on. Increases oxygen circulation to tissues, improves the circulation of the lymph through the lymph glands, right? Strengthens the heart, cardiovascular. You get everything there, man. Everything there in one. Circulation to the body, circulation to the heart, improves the veins. People that have all kinds of problems with slow circulation, sodium problems. That's why you see a lot of people, especially when they get to a particular age, their joints, they swell up. That's all the salt and the sodium in the body, and the blood circulating too slow, and they ain't exercising. And that's one of the main things to keep things moving around the body. And it also gets your system moving as well. Your all your everything. As a matter of fact, it gets everything moving. If you to go to the toilet regularly, exercise. A lot of people don't know that. And obviously, a good diet. We're going to hit some of the precepts. A bit more here. What does the trampoline do to your body? It says increase, I mentioned that. Coordination, I haven't mentioned that one. Improve balance and coordination. Better core strength. Improve bone density, I mentioned that already. Right, a little bit more here. Does trampolining burn belly fat? I don't know if I've covered this yet, but I'm going to go through it even if I haven't already. I think I have anyway, but I'm going to do it again. Yeah, so it does. Trampolining burns fat all over the body and not just in the belly. Fat reduction in I've been through that already. Yeah, among one of the most efficient and low impact forms of aerobics exercise, and is capable of expanding quite a number of calories within a relatively short span of time. I think I went through that already. Let's see. Yeah, I did. So now I wanted to compare it because I do all of them. I do all the above. I do the jogging and the walking. So I asked the question: is trampolining better than running? Yeah. A NASA study found that trampolining jumping is 68 68% more efficient than running or jogging. In fact, it proved to be the best exercise to rebuild lost bones. Again, if you're recovering on the way, on your road to recovering from any form of bone disease, broken bone, sprained bone, any other kind of bone problem, as it goes on to say, best exercise to rebuild the lost bone tissues of astronauts whose weightless state caused them to lose 15% of their bone mass. So when you compare it, it says it's 68% more efficient than running or jogging. Like I say, but I ain't going to be able to not avoid running or jogging, because I like that. I'm an outdoors man. I like to be out there. I try not to be out there so often, but when the weather's nice, it's hard to resist, because I like to be out there breathing and taking in all the scenery and the excitement that you get when you're moving around in the Hilangoli. That's what I like that. But like I say, when the weather's really bad, there's no excuse. If you can invest in one of these, if you don't know about it, check it out and don't knock it before you try it. Yeah, the trampoline. Don't sleep on the trampoline. Something to that effect. I'm going to title this video. Don't knock it till you try it, or don't sleep on the trampoline. So what does it do, man? The benefits are here. It says, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel. Right? That's like, we looked at some of the benefits was, it's actually good for stress. It's a stress relief. Yeah. See? So if you have a heavy mind, you're suffering from any form of depression, just what most people, you can get that from dealing with some of these people. Me, I'm into that, for the most part. Isaiah 18:33 or 33 and 18. I'm into the meditating terror, but when I get into my exercise, I'll get my mind off that. There's going to be a time when we're going to be able to be, getting thorough relief, that therapeutic relief that we're waiting for. Jeremiah 16:16. That sums it up. That's the ultimate release. Jeremiah 16:16. When we start to become hunters, right now we're fishing, but we're going to be hunters. But before then, we need an outlet. Yeah, and I recommend, like I say, this is one of the most effective forms of outlet with less impact on the body. The trampoline. Don't sleep on the trampoline. So let's read a couple of more precepts. And there's another one here. So this is Sirach chapters 14 and 5 says, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Right, man. So be good to yourself, man. I jump down to 11 of Sirach 14. It says, my son, according to thine ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering. So you're giving the Lord his due offering when you do good to yourself. And a lot of it is trial and error, but I've tested it out. I've been into this thing from as far back as I can remember, the trampolining, and I've always enjoyed it. But even when I was doing it for fun, when you're younger, you don't realize the health benefits. When you start to do research, there's a lot of health benefits to just jumping up and down on the trampoline. And even if you're skipping, if that's not your thing, skipping is good too. But this is what we're looking at to avoid any form of extreme impact on the body. Because even skipping, you need to do that, in the right way as well. Preferably on a mat. But this, like I say, I've done this before. You can skip, or this is even more effective than skipping. There's no impact, hardly any impact at all. So according to thine ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due reward. In that way, you're lending You're lending to the Lord, giving him his due offering by keeping healthy. Let's bring this precept out now. Because, you know, talking about stress, as it says there, it is good for your heart, yeah, and relieve stress. Even people don't know that stress can have an effect on your heart, and it can have an effect on your body. Right? So Proverbs chapter 17 and 20 says, he that hath a froward heart findeth no good, and he that hath a perverse tongue falleth unto mischief. A froward heart, which is a sad heart, or I call it Oscar Grouch, for those that ever seen Sesame Street. There's that Oscar Grouch guy. He's at the bins. He's in the bins. All he does is complain, moan, and grouch. And everything you say to him is that he finds that he looked at it as a he takes it into the negative. Oscar Grouch, and we want to avoid becoming that character. You know, in the world, there's a lot of characters like that in the world. But I can understand that. In the world, what hope do they have? In this truth, we have hope, right? And that new kingdom, as it mentions in Revelation chapters 21, Isaiah 65, we have a new kingdom to think about and meditate on, and you know, that hope that nobody else has, that new kingdom. So if they're stressed out, leave them, man. And if they're, you know, that Oscar Grouch spirit, don't let that spirit jump on us. We're doing our best to avoid, you know, that vibration, that energy of the Oscar Grouch pessimist spirit. Why should we be pessimistic when we have hope? Let them be pessimistic. So he that have a froward heart findeth no good. You can't. Oscar Grouch can't find no good in anything, no matter what you do. And he's actually very funny. I actually found him very funny. But in the long run, you can't live like that, man. You know, you're going to end up getting heart attacks and stress. Oscar Grouch can't find no good in anything. Yeah? And he that hath a perverse tongue falleth unto mischief. A perverse tongue. Ultimately, that's to ease them. You know, they're mischievous. They're always up to no good. They don't. The scriptures in Malachi says they don't sleep unless they do some wickedness. And in Proverbs as well. The wicked are always up to mischief. And that's in I think it's Psalms 40 or 41 says that the wicked are always up to doing no good, doing mischief. So those people, they're never happy. They never can be. That's how they was created to be. So they're never happy. But we have hope, man. So we have reasons to be happy. So in Proverbs 17, let's jump down to 22, says, a merry heart doth good, yeah, like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. A merry heart doth good like a medicine. So a merry heart is like a medicine. Everything starts to flow well. Everything, you feel good in the brain. The endorphins are flowing. I'm talking about after having a nice exercise. Could be any one of them. Preferably for this like I'm talking about right now. Preferably doing the trampolining is a stress relief. You relieve stress, man. The endorphins be flowing, dopamine be flowing around the body, your heart be pumping, you're feeling good in the heart and all over the body. You know, the effect of the body or the effect of the heart has an effect on the whole body. So if you have a good heart, you have a good body. But I'm going to read another precept. Some health, like I say, this is just a quick health tip video. Don't have to be a long thing. We're going to read this one here and we could end on that. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 16 and 12 says, for it was neither herb nor multiplying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things. So again, it's also what you meditate on, what you think about. And we have something great to meditate on, like no other people. Yahshua Allah has the best hope, have the best future, right? So that's why it's good to meditate on these type of things, man, and try to get into these type of exercises, whatever you choose, because all not everybody's into their own thing, but this I would recommend it. I've been there, I've done it, I've tried it, and it's very good. For it was neither herb, but this is even better, nor multiplying plaster that restored them to health, but the way of the Lord which healeth all things. It's the word of the Lord, that healeth all things. So this is just a stepping stone, something that we can use in our way to getting into the kingdom by staying healthy, because it is better to be healthy in the body than to be wealthy with money but to be sick in health. It is better to be, as a matter of fact, I want to bring that one, I want to end with that one, talking about a healthy heart. All of the precepts them, and the whole of Sirach 30 is good. I want to get back to that one. Sirach chapters 30. And 14 says, better is the poor being sound and strong of concentration than a rich man that is afflicted afflicted in his body. Health and a good state of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. A strong body above infinite wealth. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. The water to Yahweh Hashem Yeshai, putting the spirit on me to do another video. And yes, man. So, trampolining, don't sleep on trampolining. Yeah? Don't sleep on trampolining. Shalom to the next one. We out.